I have absolutely no hands-on experience with this sort of thing. Today is October 1st, 2021. My name is Spencer D. Olive. This is Birchwood Homestead. We're in Birchwood, Tennessee, southeast Tennessee. We've got about 6.5 acres on our little mini micro homestead here. So I gotta get up close because I've got some really kind of nerve-wracking for some people, nerve-wracking for me a little bit. Whoop. What I was saying, I am super excited to share with you guys all of my knowledge on killing and dressing our pigs out in the field. I have absolutely no hands-on experience with this sort of thing, but I've watched a lot of videos, I have read a lot of articles, I've read different things. We have a book. I've been going over, all the things that I need to know about killing it and then getting it to the freezer. Everything that I've learned recently and over the past maybe 4 months or so, I've been really trying to understand and wrap my head around how I can do this myself, slash maybe with the neighbor helping me. If he doesn't help me though, I'm gonna do it all myself. So I'm really and I wanna share that with you just so you know kind of like what I know going into this as far as what I've researched and watched and learned from that side of things, and then y'all are gonna get to see me actually go out here and do this thing with those pigs right there, probably tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun and exciting. I am nervous, but I'm also excited because I just want to do it. I want to do it. There's a lot of things I'm scared to do, but just like filming here, I got to do it. So it's still early. So I want to get to showing you guys all the things that we have prepared for this pig killing out in the open, out in our pasture, how I think it should be, instead of taking it to a butcher shop. So let's go get all those materials together and share with you guys as much knowledge that I've found, and hopefully I find it to be helpful because this is my first time doing this. So let's get to it. So what we're gonna do after we have killed the pig and cut its throat to drain the blood, we're gonna hook it up here by its feet so that we can cut it open, and also so that we can get the skin off, or the hide, whatever you want to call it. So we've got this pulley attached to a rope up in the tree, and I just put it up in the tree, up in the woods. It's about maybe 100 feet or 150 feet to where the pigs are right now. So it won't be that much to get the pig up here, it won't be that far. Alright, so I showed you guys the pulley system, and so now what we're going to get to next. Alright, so we just saw the pulley system. Now I want to show you guys. Ollie! Ollie, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. So that was a pulley system. Now we're going to get down to what I think are the essentials that we'll need. Just a few things here behind me. We've got a bucket, a half cut off 55-gallon plastic drum, to be more specific, lined with a garbage can liner, and this is what we will put our meat in once we've basically done everything we need to do out in the field. So as we cut it, and we're going to quarter it so that we can fit it into our fridge. So we're cutting it in half, and then we're cutting it one more time in half, so we have 4 big pieces, and we're going to put those in here. We might have a little bit of ice in here as well, but that's kind of the last thing before we come back down the hill from the pasture to the house to where our fridge is. The next thing that is one of our essentials is the knife, the stunner, and the bone saw. This is a stunner. So basically what happens here is it's got a trigger, it's got a, what we call this, a firing pin. So you pull this back and then pull your trigger. And inside here, right there, is where you'll put a small cartridge. It's kind of like a bullet, but I believe it's just filled with a combustible type of powder. So what you'll do first is put that in, twist that on, pull this firing pin, and then you'll pull that trigger. It will engage the cartridge, and then from the bottom here there is a bolt inside that comes out, and it punctures the skull and the brain, and then it retracts back into here, hopefully not making too much of a mess. So this is called a stunner. It's a German made piece of equipment, very hefty, sturdy, stainless steel, metal. I'm not sure exactly all the components, but we ordered it off of their website. It's gonna be the first time I've ever used something like this, and you're supposed to, when you use it, firmly pressing onto the pig's skull before you pull the trigger. And I've done some practice rounds. It's kind of like a small gunshot. Not as loud, I don't think, but it's got some kick. And then we have pretty standard bone saw. Right now the saw blades are on this side because we don't want any children grabbing it by accident and starting to cut something. Keep our blades sharp. But we can easily flip this up, pull this off, and turn it around. So this will be used to cut it in half and then cut it again. Then something that I'm sure most people will be like, yeah, you gotta have sharp knives. You got to. There's no other choice. So these are some basic steel handle kitchen knife that I'm going to make sure is sharp and ready to go. This big knife will be for slitting the throat after we do the stunning. Slitting the throat, we're going to try to puncture the main artery veins under the neck, similar to what we have that go up our neck right here. You know how you can feel your pulse? Yeah, you got some pretty important veins there, so similar to that, we're gonna use the big one to cut, and then use maybe the smaller ones to skin, taking the skin off. So yeah, knives. I've heard and read that it's super important, super duper important. Show this real quick. This is the cartridge, little cartridges they call them, but they're like little bullets in a way. So that'll go inside the stunner. A little bit of eye protection, some gloves. And then we've also got those white buckets for guts and insides. And also we've got this handy dandy little cart that we're gonna hook up to the lawnmower. Lawnmower's right here. And that's what we'll use to get all of our equipment up there. Let me make sure I don't get hooked where I hold on to this thing. That would be bad. Okay. So that'll be strong enough to hold me. This will get the pig up in the air so that we can work on it a lot easier.